There's my Rocky. He's coming to go to bed. Hey, you're coming to go to bed, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're a good boy. I don't know what you can see in the camera there. I've got the charging cord looped around his leg there now. Okay. You're quite the boy you are. I did figure one thing out. The cord for my light, instead of having it hang down in the way all the time and in Rocky's way whenever he's coming through here, I now have it coming across here, and I have it hooked onto the hook there, and then I have it coming back down here, and there's my switch right there. It's now in midair, and see, there's my little charging thing there that it's plugged into. So it's in midair now. I can just reach up and grab it. I don't have to hunt around for it anymore, and that's pretty good. So it works for me, and it works for Rocky too. He's a good boy. There's a nice view of his butt. There you go. I'll try to refrain from showing you his buttocks. But he's turning that way now. Cats do like to show that off for some reason. I think they think it looks better than it really does. But, yeah, they say, look at my butt. Look at my beautiful butt. I think your face is prettier, to be honest, Rocky. I do. You have a beautiful face. Yes, you do. Anyway, we're going to go to bed very soon. I'm just in the process of scrolling down through some of my videos and looking at them again and seeing if I'd missed any comments anybody made or anything so I could respond to them and so on. Because I try to respond to every comment, and so far I think I've done pretty good, but I might have missed the odd one, and if I have, I'm sorry about that. As the channel grows and more people are watching and commenting, the time will probably come when I won't be able to respond to them all. But I'm going to keep responding to everything as long as I can, and then at some point I'll probably not be able to respond to all of them, but I'm definitely going to continue to try to, and I'll respond to as many as I possibly can, and I'll try to read them all, because it does matter to me what people have to say, you know, and I enjoy the interaction, especially being back here. You know, I don't get a lot of contact with people right now in this situation, so it's kind of nice to hear from you all and to hear what you think of the channel and of my videos, good, bad, or indifferent. You know, most of the comments I'm getting are positive, which actually surprises me a bit, but I figured there'd be more negative comments than there have been, but I'm not disappointed by that. And like I say, even the negative comments, as long as they're not really mean or anything, you know, people have a right to an opinion, even if it's against me. They have a right to that, and I acknowledge that, and I'll uphold a person in their right to an opinion, even if I disagree with them, or even if their opinion is that I'm a piece of crap. You know, I'll uphold them even in thinking that, because they have that right, and who's to say? I mean, in their mind and in their story, maybe I am a piece of crap, you know. So in that sense, I might actually, that might be my role for them. So that's all right anyway. They're entitled to their own ideas. But for the most part, it's been very positive, and people have been really nice and really supportive, and I appreciate it. You know, there's a lot of good energy there and stuff, and that makes me feel really good anyway. And as you can see, Rocky's eyelids are getting heavy. He's ready to go to sleep. It's funny, I'm tired, but I don't really feel like I'm going to be able to sleep very well tonight, but I'm tired. But I just still don't, for whatever reason, I can just tell it's going to be a bit of a restless night for me, but still, I'll sleep a little bit, and it'll be what it'll be. There's my good boy. He likes to be on top of me. He likes to lay on top of me, and he just likes to have contact with me. And it's funny, when I got my cat Barney, who's no longer with us because he ended up, I had to have him put down because he had cancer of his jaw, and the whole bottom of his face rotted away. But when Barney first came to stay with me, he had had a very unsettled life. He'd been moved around a lot. And he started out as a stray cat in Ottawa, and he had nearly frozen to death, and that's why his ears were so short, because they'd been frostbitten. And my sister actually saved him. And then he ended up going to a friend of mine's place, and then she passed away, and I ended up taking him in. And for the first few months that he was with me, he couldn't go to sleep unless he was touching me. He had to have at least one paw on me or he couldn't go to sleep. As long as he could touch me and feel that I was still there, he was okay though. And that really made me think, about how animals are, and they're really not a lot different than people. And it reminded me of stories I've heard about children who had been abandoned and whatnot, and how they are, and how they can be quite clingy, and they can be quite afraid that the people in their lives will go away and everything. Anyway, it reminded me of that. He had a similar thing happen, and he was also, he was like that. He just needed that reassurance, Anyway, he had a home with me for the rest of his life. And, I'm glad I was able to do that for him. And he brought a lot of joy into my life, too. He was quite a clown. He was. He used to make me laugh. Crazy things he'd do, Anyway, hope you're all having a good night. And I'm going to attempt to go to sleep very shortly. And so this is good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, and talk to you later.